Hello, boys and girls. How are you doing, guys? I am super duper excited, guys, because today I get to hang out with the one and only Brendan Slocumb, boys and girls. Okay, and if you do not know who Brendan Slocumb is, first of all, I'm just going to flash that across the screen. All right, take a look at that GMA book club pick. Oh my goodness, guys. And okay, if y'all didn't know, Brendan is a North Carolina native. So, of course, I'm super duper excited about that as well. But Brendan, before we get started, introduce yourself.
Wow. Okay. My name is Brendan Slocumb, and I am just thrilled to be here. I'm an educator, a violinist, a musician, a teacher, and an author now.
I love that. I love that. Boys and girls, you know how we do it here on the cafe. First of all, stop what you're doing, like, tag, and share. Tell a friend to come and hang out with us because we have Brendan Slocumb hanging out with us on today as well, guys. And we will be talking about his debut novel, The Violin Conspiracy, which is an amazing read, boys and girls, by the way. If you like mystery, crime, all of that good stuff. Brendan, let me just say, you came out rocking in like the first line. I was like, okay, he is not playing with us. And guys, once you start this book, let me just tell you, okay, from the beginning to the ending, he has you hooked. Okay. All right. So, Brendan, can you tell us a little bit? We have to talk about this cover because, first of all, it is gorgeous. If y'all hadn't noticed, okay, Brendan and I, we got our little red and black going on. I told Brendan one time, I was going to throw the hat on, but you see, I kind of tried to, dress it up a little bit today and all that stuff. So, Brendan, tell us about this cover. It is amazing.
I gotta say that the cover totally jumped out at me when I was getting prototypes for the cover of the book. They were just, some of them were a little lame, and this one popped up, and I was like, "Whoa, that is it! That is completely it." There's only one small adjustment that I asked them to make on the cover, and it was minute, and it's a beautiful cover. I actually have blown up covers, like I have posters of that. I'm going to replace my superhero posters with my Violin Conspiracy posters in the back.
I love that. I love that. Look, and I'm glad you said that about the superheroes in the back. We're gonna switch gears a little bit. I heard that you are like a collector of action figures and
Oh,
comic books. Tell us
see,
a little bit
see,
about that.
see, you ain't ready for this. You ain't even ready. You ain't even ready. Okay, you can see in the back, I have a line. Those are just a few of the ones that I have lined up. Wait, hold on one second. Hold up.
Okay, okay, guys. He giving us a little close up. Look at it. Check it out. Oh, see, bam. There you go. There you go.
Wait for it.
Uh-oh, guy. He got something else for us. He got something else for us coming. Bam! Check that out, boys and girls. Wow, you are giving us the wow factor. Where did this start? Your love for action heroes, and when did you start collecting them?
Man, I believe it or not, I started collecting comics when I was 15, and
Oh,
right here you will see all these stacks of boxes. These are all comic
wow.
books in my office, and I have another row behind me. I just, superheroes. When you're a kid, it makes you feel good. I'm like, why not do something that made me feel good and made me happy? And my younger brother and I, we were really into comic books, and he's since passed away, unfortunately. But I kind of do it as a tribute to him, and it makes me happy. So I'm all about comics, and not to mention, that's one reason that I actually started reading was comic books.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. I like that. Hey, wherever it comes from,
yeah,
to get that love of reading. I love that. And look, you are giving a lot of us the wow factor when we saw like those boxes and boxes of the comic books that you have, and even your collection that's in the back. Thank you so much for sharing. But that was one
of
of the things that
course.
I read. I was like, okay, we're gonna have to talk about that. Where did that love come from?
Yeah, it's good stuff. I mean, hey, don't knock it.
I love that. I love that. And guys, before we get into a little bit more about the Violin Conspiracy, of course, that's why he is hanging out with us, guys. This is his debut novel in which he knocked it out the park. Okay, let me just tell you that, Brendan. If nobody else has told you that, you nailed it, my friend, as well. Now, of course, You know we got to talk about a little about North Carolina. You was
Of
born
course.
in Fayetteville. I'm not even gonna tell you how close I am to Fayetteville. I could probably get there in about, not too far. It's not too far from where I am.
Okay, well, I spent a lot of time in Fayetteville. Grew up at E. Smith High School. It's my second home. My mom still lives there, and I go down as often as I can to visit. I'm going to be in North Carolina next week, actually. I'm going to be in Chapel Hill
Yes,
and
it's
Winston
Flyleaf
Salem.
Bookstore. Is that correct? Flyleaf, I think. And it's on Friday,
Yeah,
guys, the 25th. You know, I
Friday
already done checked
25th.
it out. The 25th, 6:30 p.m.
Yeah.
He's going to be there. And Brendan, we will definitely make sure we put that in the comment section in case people go back and look at the feed where you're going to be. And at the end, too, I'll let you tell them because you're going to be doing a few stops here in North Carolina.
Yeah. I'm doing. Things get added every day, and it's awesome, and I love it. I mean, I just got back from Dallas yesterday. I did an event there at the Dallas Museum of Art, and it was awesome. And this whole ride, I'm digging it. It's just great.
I love that. And speaking of touring, oh my goodness, you have been a little bit of everywhere, which I love it, getting the word out about the Violin Conspiracy. But tell us, what was that feeling like when you got that notification that the Violin Conspiracy was the GMA book pick for February? Tell us about that.
You see the smile. You see the smile. It just, I mean, it was. I couldn't believe it because. All right, let me back up. The whole thing with the book, I just wanted someone to like the story. That's all. That was my goal, for someone just to enjoy it. And just the fact that a lot of people like it, and then for Good Morning America to choose it, it's like, wait a minute, this book's not even out yet, and you guys have chosen this. How is that possible? Maybe there is something here. This is all. It's the best feeling in the world, and I think I did 10 flips in my head, and I just, I'm still on a high from that. It's amazing.
I love it. Well, Brendan, if you don't know, your fans, we are on a high with you. I'm on a high with you. I was super duper excited about it as well, guys. Like I said, if you have not already gotten your copy, it is available now as well. Like I said, I'm just I don't know if you guys can see it. Check out that logo as well, the GMA book pick. And okay, Brendan, there's something else we got to talk about too. We're going to talk about the books, boys and girls, but I'm just fangirling because Brendan is a North Carolina native. And not only that, guys, he has blue and gold UNC Greensboro Spartan alumni ties. Please tell us about that.
Yeah, I went to UNCG. Yeah, I was there in I think fall of '89 through '93. That was my 4 years there, and it was great. I loved it. I met some fantastic people who I'm still friends with to this day, and that's where I learned how to play my instrument, learned about music, learned to become a teacher, and hey, go Spartans.
I love that. I love that, boys and girls. So let me just tell you, Brendan, they're giving you some North Carolina love in the comment section as well. So, guys, we're going to get into it a little bit about the Violin Conspiracy or what have you. So tell us a little bit about what inspired this story, and did you know that you wanted to do for your debut novel that you wanted to be like a crime, a mystery, or what have you? Did you know that, and what inspired this book?
Well, to answer the second part first, I have always been a big mystery guy. Like Agatha Christie is one of my favorite writers, and Death on the Nile was the first mystery that I read cover to cover, and I was mad because I couldn't figure it out. You go back, it's like, "Ugh, I should have known that the whole time." I drew inspiration from that. But the actual story during the summer of 2020, things were crazy for everybody with COVID and what happened with George Floyd, and it felt like the time was right to be able to tell these stories that I've been carrying around for the last 40 plus years.
Mhm.
Just a lot of the instances in the book are taken from my life, real life events, and people would say, no, things like that don't happen. No, you're just exaggerating. No, it's not like that. But when George Floyd's murder happened, people kind of woke up and they were like, oh, well, maybe things like that do happen.
Do
So
happen.
yeah, they were much more receptive to these types of stories.
I love that. I love that. And you definitely have to share with us a little bit about your love for the violin because you play as well, right?
Yeah, I'm a professional violinist. Went to school for it, so I'm going to put that degree to work. I play in the Nova Symphony right now in Annandale, Virginia. I'm the concert master, and I play. Pre-COVID, I was doing a lot of gigs, weddings, churches, receptions, dinners, whatever. I just play. I play all the time, and COVID kind of shut that down, but things are starting to get back into the swing. We're starting to get back in the swing of things now. And yes, I'm a music teacher. I teach violin students, violin and piano, and it's my life.
I love that. I love that. And you have to tell us a little bit about Ray. Please tell us about his character.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and confess, Ray. I am about 92% Ray.
Oh,
92% of Ray is me.
okay.
Um, there's just a few instances in the story that I did not accomplish the things that Ray did. Like he competed in the Tchaikovsky competition. I did not. Other than that, we are pretty much synonymous with each other. That's Ray. It's so funny. His name Raekwon. Um,
I noticed that. So I was going to ask you about that. How'd you come up with that name,
Yeah,
Raekwon?
it's funny. Okay, first, my agent was like, well, "You can't write a book with the protagonist name being Raekwon," and I was like, "You know what? Because of that, that's the exact reason why I need to."
Okay,
And
right,
Yeah,
right.
exactly, yeah.
Who
So
happens to play the violin? Okay,
just happens to play
Raekwon.
violin. Yeah, Raekwon was one of my students. I was teaching in Pennsylvania. He was a seventh grade student, great kid. And I would call his name on an attendant to say Raekwon. He would say, "Mr. Slocumb, please just call me Ray. Please call me Ray." I was like, "All right." So that always stuck with me. And he was a great kid. So I was like, "Yeah, I think I'm going to use that for the protagonist name."
I love that. I love that. And also, can you share with us? There's a piece in there that you talk about the relationship that Ray had with his violin. Okay, guys, not only was this an expensive violin that gets stolen, but he has like this bond with his instrument. Can you talk a little bit about that with musicians and having that bond? Because even there was a time where he had to get a loaner, and
Mhm.
it was just like he felt like he was almost like cheating on
Right.
his instrument. Can you share a little bit about that?
Oh yeah, I mean, I wrote that in from true life experience. As a violinist, I'll speak as a violinist. It really is an extension of you. You practice on this thing for hours and hours and hours. I used to do 3.5 hours every day at UNCG, and it really does become a part of you. It is an extension of you, and if it's gone, it's like, well, wait a minute, that's like my arm is gone. What happened to it, and what do you do? You can't
Right.
just get a replacement arm. It's like, wow, that was my instrument, the one that I have been bonded with, the one that has taken me from here to there, and
Okay,
now
I
I don't
like
have it
that.
anymore. It really is an extension of you.
I love that. I love that. Now, so in addition to that, and your love for music, and you also playing the violin as well, another character that I want to talk about just a little bit, if you can shed light to the individuals, Grandma Nora. Tell us a little bit about Grandma Nora.
Grandma Nora is actually based on my grandmother. She was literally 5 feet tall, wore pink and green hair rollers, and back in the 70s and 80s, I don't know why ladies did this, but she put that blue stuff in her hair, and her hair was always blue. I was like, Grandma, blue? Yes, baby, it's just blue. Okay. Well, she was the sweetest woman you have ever met in your life. She was just, I mean, so sweet and so encouraging. She loved all of her children and all of her grandchildren. And it was always about respect. She was always, I remember one time she just told me, just you always need to have respect, regardless of how angry you are, whatever it is that you're feeling, just be respectful. It's like, all right, Grandma, you got it. So I wanted to pay tribute to her.
I love that. I love that. Boys and girls, if you are just joining us, y'all already know what I'm going to say. Like
Uh,
and tell a friend because I am hanging out with Brendan Slocum. And guys, it really feels like we are just two friends having a conversation.
yeah. What
As
up,
well, guys,
Angie? What
this is
up?
his debut novel, The Violin Conspiracy, which is also the GMA book club pick for February as well. And he is hanging out with us as well. And again, like I said, they are showing you love. Tony Bonita said there's always a student whose name stays with you. And guys, you know how we do it here. If you have a question or a comment, put it in the comment section. We'll be sure to include you. And Brendan, they are also asking about an audio book. Is this available right now in audio, or is the audio version coming?
It's available in audio right now. J.D. Jackson did the reading, and I actually read the author's notes at the end.
I love that. I love that. Tell us a little bit about the author's notes. I'm glad that you mentioned that and why you felt that it was important to add author's notes to this book.
I felt that it was important because I don't want people to think that, oh, you're just writing a story. This is just fiction. I want people to understand and to gain a new perspective. Like when I talked about the scene in Baton Rouge or the scene at the wedding, it's like I want people to know that these things really do happen. And I was in Dallas the other day, and one gentleman, when he was asking a question, thank you, Tiffany Jones. A gentleman asked a question. He said, I have to admit, when I read the book, I just said to myself, this is too far fetched. Things like this don't happen, until I read your author's notes and I saw that it came from your actual life events. And it really did change my perspective. That's really what I want from people, just to go into it with an open mind and to know that just because I have a different perspective, that doesn't mean it's wrong. It's just different.
Thank you so much for sharing that, guys. Again, this is Brendan Slocumb. Of course, we will be telling you how you can get a copy of this book as well. And so, Brendan, tell us, what did you enjoy about writing this book?
Wow, it was fun to write because it just flowed so easily, because it was actually a story that all of these stories I've been carrying around, since I was 9 years old when all of this started. And I said to a friend of mine when I was in college, it's funny, I said, you know what, I'm going to write a story about my life one day. I think it's interesting. And he kind of laughed and chuckled, and he called me a couple of weeks ago and said, you know what, Brendan, you told me you were going to do it, and I can't believe you did. So it was really easy to do. I welcomed the opportunity to be able to put everything down. And my agent was like, this is amazing, I can't believe this. And I'm like, yeah, believe it, it really did happen. And Violin Conspiracy was born.
Now jumping on, and this is kind of adding on to what you just told us about this. In creating this story, because like you said, some of it is based upon things that happen to you in real life and your life and things of that nature too. What came first, the plot or the characters? Or the characters was just always there? So what came first, the plot or the characters? Because guys, let me tell you, you ain't even gonna see it coming. That's all I'm gonna say. I ain't giving no spoilers, okay? But yeah, what came first for you, the plot or the look? And you see, I'm leaning in because I want to know.
It was actually the characters. The characters, every single character in the book, I know. I've met them. I've had an interaction with all of them, and the plot. I wanted to throw in a little bit of that mystery. When I was a teenager, my violin was stolen, and I know what it felt like, and I wanted to express that and just let people know that this is real. This is real life. These are real emotions and real feelings that Raekwon is going through. And I wanted a sense of realism. I really wanted to be, as I did so much research on like the locations, and I talked to FBI agents, I talked to private investigators, I talked to insurance companies, I talked to everyone who's referenced in the book. I did research on the Tchaikovsky competition. What did they eat in Russia at this time? I did all of that stuff. So everything is as authentic as it can be.
And I love that. And I know that even other readers and book nerdigans could definitely appreciate the research because that's a good add to the book when the authors do their research. And like you said, to make the book as authentic that it can be as well. So I appreciate the fact that you took the time to do all of that extra research to make the book the best that it could be or what have you. I'm just getting excited about that, guys. Let me just tell you, if you have not gotten your copy of the Violin Conspiracy, okay, it's available in print copy, hardback. It's available in ebook and audiobook. So there's various ways that you can get your hands on the Violin Conspiracy as well for that. And Brendan, do you have a little snippet that you're going to share with us, just a little bit to wet their whistle?
What do you think, Angela?
Look, just a little taste. Just give them just a little taste.
Okay, let me see. All right, okay. This is from chapter. I'm going to go from page 106. 106.
Okay.
Precision and technique can be learned, she told him. That's just practice, a lot of practice, but it's still just practice. What we can't teach is how to make a musician actually connect, emotionally connect with the pieces that he's playing, to really care about the music and to let music tell the story. And I do. You do, she said. You can't fake it. It's like looking at a reflection of the sun in a puddle and then all of a sudden seeing the sun itself. You're that sun, Ray.
Boys and girls, there you have it. Just a snippet enough to wet your whistle. The Violin Conspiracy, guys. It is available where books are sold. We're super duper excited about that. Now, Brendan, I don't know if you know, but we have to play a game of this or that. No
Okay.
worries, because
Let's go.
it's
Let's go.
all things according to Brendan Slocumb. There's no right or wrong answer. It's all things according to you, okay?
I like that game. Let's go.
All right, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, first one. Road trip or airplane ride? Which one are you?
Road trip.
Road trip. Okay. What is it about road trip?
You get to see so much more, and whoever it is that you're on the trip with, you get to know them, and you know if you like them or not. It's like, okay, if we can be in the same car for that amount of time, we're cool.
Okay. Now, do you have any like road trip must-haves, snacks, music? What you got?
Snacks, popcorn, almonds. Gotta have them. I'm a
I
vegan, so
love
I eat a
it.
lot of nuts. I'm vegan. I don't eat meat, so there's a lot of nuts. Music. Yeah, I gotta have my hip hop. Gotta have my classical. Yeah,
Okay,
I mean
see,
old school
bam,
hip
there
hop.
you go, guys. He's eclectic. He's eclectic, guys. He got the hip hop going on. He got the classical going on. I love it, guys. I love someone that can
It's
appreciate an
oh yeah,
array of music.
it's special ed in the beginning and Mozart at the end.
I love that. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm sure that you were definitely a fan like I was. I don't know if you watched Bridgerton or if you listened to the playlist, but remember they took the violin and they added it to some of the pop culture music.
Yeah,
Let me just tell you, it was Bridgerton. The Bridgerton soundtrack was on my playlist for weeks. Like
yeah.
I would just listen to it on, I would just listen to it like on repeat or what have you. So to find someone else that appreciates that, it's a beautiful thing.
Oh yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Yes. Okay. Next up, in your writing, plotter or pantser?
Plotter.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Look, are you sure? Look, you had it for you was like, let me see.
Well, no, it's just because I have like I've written my second book already, and I have like three more books in the works. And some of them I'm like it's plotted out already, and just
Okay.
some of them, but that's all I can say about that.
Yeah. No, when you are plotting, do you leave room for that creativeness to come in, or you just, everything has to be like there?
Oh no, being an artist, a musician, you have to have room for that creativity. And it's just I mean, I've had things plotted out and then I've gone back and totally changed. It's like, well, I saw this and I like this. Oh, and I thought about this. And you got to be flexible. And I like to be flexible.
I love that. And that is one thing about being a creative in whatever creative space that we in. Our minds are just wow.
Always
We
going.
can just, oh my goodness. I don't even have enough space to like show you how wide and the depth of, yeah, I mean, being a creative, it's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fun. It's fun. Hey, it's good stuff.
Look, and other creatives, we get each other. We
Yeah.
get each other, okay? Okay, now this one, big city or small town?
Big city. I've lived in small towns. It's not for me. Big city.
I love that. I love that. Okay, now Brendan, on the cafe, we have to know: are you team tea or are you team coffee?
Don't hate me. I am team OJ.
Okay, hey, I love it, guys, boys, and girls. He is team OJ. Now, do you have rituals with your OJ? Like, say, for example, when you in your writing cave, all that good stuff, you gotta have your OJ. Tell me a little bit about that.
If I have a glass of orange juice every day, I know I'm good. And sometimes I only drink orange juice that's not from concentrate. And every now and then, they won't have any, and I have to drink the concentrated orange juice. And I'm like, why am I doing this? All right, well, I guess I'm slumming today. I'll drink it, but every day I like to have a glass every day.
Look, Brendan, you know I'm laughing right. All I'm gonna say is Ray. So you know I got it. So now I know. I know why
Okay,
Ray
yeah.
likes his orange juice.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. I got it now that you told me orange juice. So you don't spill a little bit of tea. We got that.
Sorry.
I love that. Oh my goodness. Now there's another thing that I wanted to ask you about. When you hear this, because sometimes you'll hear people say it a lot. Tell me, what do you think about it? A lot of times they say, what comes to mind when you hear music is like a universal language?
I am a firm believer in that. I believe it 100%. Music is the only thing that you can go across the world, not speak the language, not know anyone, and you can play music and you'll have an instant connection.
I love that. I love that. Boys and girls, Brenda Slocumb hanging out with us, guys. We are talking about the Violin Conspiracy. It is available now in stores and where books are sold. He's going to share a little bit more about that at the end, guys. We are just excited and hanging out for him. It is the GMA Book Club pick for the month of February as well. And Brenda, the time goes by so fast, my friend. Of course, you know we have a giveaway,
We ain't done,
guys.
are
The
we? No, we're not
giveaway,
done yet.
I know, right? I can feel like I can talk to you for a whole hour or
Yeah.
more. Guys, he is actually giving away a copy of the Violin Conspiracy. And Brendan, the way that we do the giveaway is I'm just going to go up and down the comment section, and you, my friend, is going to tell me when to stop. And
Okay.
that person will be the winner of an copy of the Violin Conspiracy. Are you ready?
Ready.
All right, let's see. I am starting now. Okay, you can tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Okay. Natasha D. Frazier, you
All right.
have won a copy of the Violin Conspiracy. If you will inbox me your mailing address, we will get that information out and they will mail you a copy of the Violin Conspiracy as well. Thank you so much for participating for that. And so, Brendan, you have to tell us, how can they get a copy of the Violin Conspiracy? And before Brendan goes into that, guys, I do want to let you know that there is an exclusive at Riches in Reading Indie Bookstore. She is carrying the Violin Conspiracy. So I would definitely put that link in the comment section. That is an indie bookstore that I definitely know that will be carrying, or that is already carrying the Violin Conspiracy. And you can actually order from there, as well as some other places where books are sold as well. So Brendan, I'll let you finish telling them where they can get copies of the Violin Conspiracy.
Indie Books, Barnes and Noble, Target, Walmart, Amazon, Books a Million. Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. Yeah, it's everywhere. It's amazing.
I love that. And adding on to what Brendan said, we told you this earlier as well, guys. Not only can you get it in hardback, but whatever suits your fancy. Okay. There is ebook, there's audiobook, and of course, the print version of this as well that you can get it. So, whatever your reading delight is, you can get it in that format, boys and girls. Brendan, please tell us, how can they stay connected with you, my friend?
Oh, please follow me on Instagram, Brendan Slocumb. Brendan Slocumb Instagram. That's my Facebook page as well, Brendan Slocumb. You can check out my website, brendanslocumb.com. Make sure you put a B at the end of Slocumb, Slocumb. B is silent. I don't know what mom and dad were thinking. I don't know. Yeah, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. It's all the same handle.
I love that. I love that. And Brendan, do you have your list? I know we mentioned that you're going to be at Flyleaf Bookstore in Chapel Hill, North Carolina on next Friday, boys and girls. That is the 25th, if I'm not mistaken, at 6:30 p.m. Are there some other places that you want to share that you'll be at?
Yes, in Chapel Hill, that's going to be on the. I'll be in Winston Salem at the Marriott doing the movable feast and Parapalooza in Winston Salem on the
Okay.
26th and 27th. I'll be in Southern Pines, North Carolina, on the 28th. The name of the bookstore is the Country Bookshop at the Weymouth Center for the Arts and Humanities. And then after that, I mean, it's interview here, interview there, and then I'm in Minneapolis, and then I am in Vermont, and then I am in Florida, and everything else that pops up, daily. And we shall see. If you can go to my website to get a full list of where I will be, like list of appearances and virtual and in person.
I love that. Boys and girls, you heard it here. Definitely for the full layout of where you can see Brendan Slocumb in person or virtual. Check out his website as well. Guys, make sure you follow him on IG. He's here on Facebook as well, guys. Go and get a copy. Tell a friend, guys, The Violin Conspiracy. It is out and available now, guys. It's the GMA Book Club pick. If you have not heard him play online, there is a snippet of him playing live. And guys, let me just tell you, he is good. He's excellent as well. Brendan, it has been amazing, my friend, of you hanging out with us here on the cafe. I will definitely let you have the last words of what you want to say to the people.
The pleasure has been all mine, Angela. You are wild. I love it. This is great. I hope I get to come back sometime.
Absolutely, absolutely. And boys and girls, I don't know if you caught that, but he's already turned in his right. You turned in the second book, so it's
Yeah.
in edits or what have you right now. So,
Yeah.
guys, that is so exciting for that. So, guys, he is out sharing The Violin Conspiracy. So we do know that there is another book coming from Brendan Slocumb as well. Look, and then you had one person, Brendan. They said, "Well, when are you teaching school?"
Yeah, I've had to actually take some time off. I'm not teaching any students right now. It's just with everything that's going on with the book and the tour and the interviews and the writing and everything, I just haven't had a chance to get back into it. But I'm planning on getting back into it soon.
I love it. And I love it. And Brendan, one more thing before we leave, because I was like, I gotta tell the people. Okay. Did y'all know that Brendan is also, let me tell you, he is eclectic, guys. He's also a part of a rock band. You gotta tell us about this rock band. You cannot get off of here without telling us about that rock band.
I am the lead singer and keyboard player for a band called Geppetto's Wood, rock band based in Washington, D.C. We had to slow down a little bit because of the pandemic, but hopefully we're going to be able to get back into it real soon. But yeah, I mean, I'm the songwriter and I sing, and it's a really talented group of guys. And 3 of the 4 other guys that are in the band are actually former students of mine, so I know what's up.
I love that. Talk about a wow factor moment, guys. And as you can see, Brendan does it all. He's an author, he's a singer, he's a writer, he plays the violin. Oh my goodness. He's in a rock band. Oh God, guys, please tell me that you are going to follow him. Follow him on Instagram, follow him on Facebook. Go get you a copy, boys and girls, of The Violin Conspiracy. And of course, you know what I'm going to say. Once you read it, boys and girls, make sure you write a review. I know that Brendan is going to be so appreciative. And as I always say, my friends, have an amazing day, because we're having an amazing day. And until next time, guys, we will see you later. Bye.